During the 1840s and 1890s, Americans tried to make reforms and change America and make it for the better. Um, and so we'll look at that a little bit in this chapter. Also, millions of new immigrants will come to America and our cities will grow. So those are the topics of this chapter. Immigrants and urban challenges in this first one here. And, all Americans are immigrants in one way or another. So as a nation of immigrants, everyone here in America ancestors immigrated here at one point or another. Um, Really, if you go back to the Native Americans, even with the Bering Land Bridge, at some point, people immigrated here. So we are a nation of immigrants and a melting pot of immigrants from different cultures. Um, in the 1800s, millions came from Ireland and Germany. They usually came through the famous Ellis Island in New York, and they came here for a variety of reasons. They came here for better resources, more freedom, more prosperity, better opportunities. The Irish, in particular, they had a disaster on their home island of Ireland. Many of the poor Irish people survived on potatoes alone during the winter, and when the potato harvest failed because of a fungus, the potato famine happened, and those who could scrounged up enough money to come to America for a better opportunity. And then over time, they told the next generation, the people that stayed, how good America was, and then just brought more and more Irish people over here. And the Irish people came here to work, to be successful. They did the jobs that no one else wanted to do. They worked extremely hard and made their way in America. The Germans, there was a revolution in Germany. Lots of people came here looking for work, looking for freedom, looking to get out of the violence of Germany. Many of them came to rural areas like Pennsylvania, Ohio, Indiana, and they're looking for, to live a lifestyle because those areas were much like Germany, a lifestyle that reminded them of Germany, but they also were willing to take any job they could get and do the jobs that other people weren't willing to do to make their way in America. Um, of course, many people felt threatened by these immigrants, the Germans and the Irish. They didn't want them to be here. They fought against it. They called them names. They tried to fight against them getting citizenship and being a part of the country. Those type of people are called nativists. Of course, we have a long tradition of that. The Know Nothing Party in 1849, their sole purpose was to prevent people from immigrating here and keep the immigrants from having any political power or social power in any way. What can we take from this? Well, we're all immigrants. So historically speaking, immigrants have always come here and worked very hard, added to our culture, added to the diversity and the thinking here in America. And so regardless how you feel about immigration reform and the nuts and bolts and the policy of it, people that come here lawfully that are immigrants, I think it's best to accept them and expect the best from them and expect them to add to this country, just as all of our ancestors did in the past. A lot of these immigrants came to the cities, so our cities start growing rapidly. When cities rapidly grow, that's called urbanization. People came to the cities to work in the factories. And many of these people who were poor people in the country were able to climb their way up to what's called the middle class, where they are neither rich nor poor. They have a little extra money. They have some luxuries, but don't have a whole lot extra. And the middle class of America will grow, and these people will enjoy new entertainment options, clubs, concerts, theaters, sports. But the cities were still very compact, crowded, dirty, and poorly planned at this time. Many of the problems in the city included limited transportation, bad housing called tenements, like these crammed together apartments, lack of clean water, no organization with garbage or waste. At first, they didn't have police departments or fire departments or organized roads or stop signs or stoplights. There's lots of criminal activity. And so these cities are really organized, really what they are organized chaos. And there's a lot of positives going on, but there's also a lot of negatives. Here you can see Chicago at about the turn of the century. Look at how tightly packed the apartments are. People were burning coal at this time. If an ember came out, it would light, the fire could spread very, very quickly. No fire department to put it out. San Francisco, crowded streets. You can see transportation problems. Same with New York. And the life lesson, the problem here was these cities were poorly planned at first. Of course, eventually we'll improve that. But our world is continuing to grow. Our population is continuing to grow, and we need to plan for the future. And there's going to be lots of challenging problems happening all over the world. And those who solve those problems, those who plan ahead, those who make reforms, Those who accept all types of ideas will be ahead of the curve on that, and that's what we want to do and what we want to push and strive for.